And then David, going to pull this down. Okay. Thank you. So, welcome. We are live here at Unity Church of Pomona Valley, and it is Sunday, August 17th. I welcome you to this in-person and live-streamed service. We are celebrating creativity this month, and we have the joy and the pleasure of having Reverend Druella both do music for us, which we love, and speak. So he's going to be all over the place today. So thank you, Drac, for your willingness to share your creativity. And I look forward to hearing how that might work for you. I hope you're going to share some of that today. So as you know, we welcome donations, and we have all kinds of new ways to do donations. Although I think we have a Zelle, and we got a new Venmo number, and I need to get that put in, but I'll put that in September. Anyway, let us prepare to sing one of my favorite Unity songs, Weave. It is on, yes, 212 in Wings of Song, if you'd like to follow the music.
Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together in love. We are many textures, we are many colors, each one different from the other. We are entwined with one another in one great tapestry. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together in love. We are different instruments playing our own melodies, each one tuning to a different key. But we are all playing in harmony in one great symphony. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together in love. A moment ago, still we did not know our unity, only diversity. Christ in me, grace of Christ in me, in one great family. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together in love.
Thank you, Drac. Thank you all. Let us pray. I invite you to be mindful of the place in which you are at. To recognize that it is a holy place indeed, for you are there, and God is there. as you turn your attention within, let your breath help you go deeper, deeper inside to this special creative space within you that connects you to all creation. I best live my life when I allow myself to be a part of the flow of life itself. And so I release and I let go and I allow the creative energy of the divine to guide me moment to moment in the decisions I make in my life, to guide me to collaborate with others and with the world itself. I open to the creative energies and life within me, and I realize that I am here for a divine reason, that the world needs the creativity that I have to share. It may seem like a small thing to me compared to the creative geniuses that are around me, and yet I must remember that my small part is critical to the unfolding whole of the world. And so I listen to my guidance. I do as it suggests. And I reap the benefits of seeing my creativity, my collaboration, my creative force alive and well working in this world. And as I see this for myself, I see this for all people, all with different gifts, and yet each a creative force with amazing gifts for all. And so we see, as the song we just sang spoke of, all of our gifts working in harmony to lift the world into higher and higher consciousness. And so it is. Amen. And now let us sing the Lord's Prayer. Didn't turn my phone off. Yeah. that chatters all day long. So, our announcements, I'll go through them quickly. Please stay and have food with us. Welcome, Connie. It's good to see you. Glad you're with us. Yes, we have lunch together, and then we have our banner classes coming up this afternoon, the second half of it. Just a reminder that Facebook only keeps our services for a month now. And they're also being stored on YouTube. And so if you look up Unity of Pomona Valley, you can find our archives. And they are also going to be put on our website, which I had a website meeting yesterday with our marketing person. So hopefully that will all be done. But this is, if you've started a banner, come and finish it. If you haven't started a banner and are interested, talk to me, because we're going to have some more banner classes. Soul Connection is tonight online. This is our Baha'i friends, Almitra Henderson and her group, and you're welcome to join them on Zoom. Monday night is our study of our book, and we're missing as many as we're getting in. So, but I'm planning to be there. This meditation and prayer, and is Wednesday. But this Tuesday, at the Upland Interfaith Council Conversations About God, I'm going to be presenting information from, remember when we did spiral dynamics at the first of the year? And so people are interested in those higher frequencies, those higher energies, how we evolve, and what does that look like? And so we're going to be talking about that, and so pray for me to get my presentation done that I have not started. Life is busy. Have you noticed that? Yeah. So, and then on Thursday at our Compassionate Pomona meeting, our Mayor Tim Sandoval, the mayor of Pomona, is going to come and talk about some of the new things that are that he is presenting and bringing to the city, and working with the city council and city hall to do, and the community, working with the community as well. So I hope you'll join us to find out the latest about that. And then on the last week of the last Sunday, August 31st, Jennifer Derry, who has been a board member here before I came, which was 22 and a half years ago, she has a new Oracle deck and book, and she's going to do a Sunday presentation and then a class around how to use this, and her materials will be available to buy. So I hope that you will join us for that. And it's really quite amazing. She's an artist, lifelong artist, and she uses her art in her Oracle books in very interesting ways. And then because Ruth Leader suggested that we collaborate with the what church? UCC Church of Claremont, the Unity and the Claremont Center for Spiritual Living, which is here. We're collecting together non-perishable foods for residents who can no longer work due to the threat of ICE. And so we had a big basket of food last week, and please feel free to come and drop a little or a lot into the baskets, and then thank you, Ruth, for taking those into the UCC church. Yeah, good. We are also collecting school backpacks and lunch boxes, because those are things that the schools cannot provide to the kids. They can provide paper and notebooks and that kind of thing, but they can't provide backpacks and lunch bags. So we've got another box back here for those. If you see some that are reasonably priced and that tug at your heart, feel free to jump in. So we know that God in good and love blesses us richly. So let us say the blessing for our donations. This church runs on your generosity. Liz is going to pass the baskets after we say the affirmation together. So together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all I am, all I give, all I do, and all that I receive. And so it is. And Jackie, oh, yeah, go ahead, Liz, and she's going to pass the baskets. And Jackie, will you come up while she's doing that to read your favorite book, The Daily Word?
That's right.
And there's no chair here. Let me.
I don't know how I can get up.
I
Let's
don't
see
know
if I
how
get
you-
over here where I get a hold of something.
There.
Yeah. There you go.
I'll put this chair over there while you're reading so that.
Good morning. Good morning. The word for today is prosperity. Does it say it on? Push it through. Jan, how do we move it over? The picture? There it is.
Is that it?
The word is prosperity. The affirmation's on the screen, and so let's say it together. My prosperity is unlimited. I claim my good now. After King Darius hauled an unbitten Daniel from the lion's den, the king wrote to other nations to praise the divine power that delivered this Hebrew prophet by taming hungry beasts. Overcome by divine goodness, Darius prayed for abundant prosperity among the people of the ancient world. Today, the lions I face may be rising prices when shopping and greater costs for basic needs. Even in that den of apparent lack, my prosperity is unlimited. In prayer, I claim my good, grateful to live in an abundant universe. I pray that cooperative interaction with others who are seeking their own prosperity brings an end to poverty and establishes world peace. I claim prosperity for myself and all others. And from Daniel 6:25, then King Darius wrote to all peoples and nations of every language throughout the whole world, may you have abundant prosperity.
Thank you, Jack. And may we all. Prosperity comes in lots of forms, doesn't it? Prosperity of friends, prosperity of spiritual wisdom, among other things. Prosperity of sleep. An important one. Okay, so this is a song that is also in your hymnal, and it's on 186 if you've got the hymnal. And it is an old Unity song. It's called I Am God's Melody of Life. I've changed the all masculine words a little bit, so pay attention to that. And can you see it okay?
If you can't, it's 186 in your Wings of Song book. I had never heard this before, and I sat down, and the first time I played it, I just loved it. Oh, this is the sweetest song. Oh, I really like it. So I'd like to go through it 3 times. First time for those of you who don't know it. Second time to kind of warm up to it. Third time to really like it. Okay. I am God's melody of life. God sings a song to me. I am God's rhythm and harmony. God sings her song to me. A song of life, a ray of
And let us just think about what that means to us. You know, we are that expression of God and that melody. And you're a songwriter, and so there is a special connection. But we are all of that melody. However we show up in the world, we're God's melody. So I found this. This is a picture I found, Drac, of the collaborative and creative force that we are. And I am just looking forward to hearing what the wisdom that you have for us today as you talk about that and what you have learned and what you have found. And so thank you. And come on down. Come on up. That's right. We're not on the right. There you go.
Remember watching that? Oh, thank you so much. And see, and look at mine. And you'll see that there is some similarity. See the lines going from each light? Like you have the lines going to each person's thinking and their thoughts? Yeah, kind of neat, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to, I got a few things on me here, so I want to juggle them around appropriately. So honestly, I don't have anything fancy here to say about this, and that's telling the truth here. In fact, I'm even going to take these 2 pages out. I'll start by saying that we live in a culture here in the United States that is very into individualism and independence. That's very big in our culture here. And you know, sometimes spiritually people look at that negatively, to be honest, and sometimes they don't. What I will say is that the rise of individualism here in the West, I'd say, is a very powerful and positive thing. It's been a good thing. The philosophical shift that came as a result of that and the cultural revolution here is remarkable. If you think about it, we came from a puritanical society, a lot of us did when we came over into this country. We were pretty repressed. Our sense of identity was based upon group thinking, oftentimes in churches, in communities. So individuality, uniqueness, that kind of thing was not always looked upon too positively from where we came from, a lot of us, when we came into this country. Our sense of individualism has reshaped not only our personal identity for a lot of us here, but it's reshaped the whole political landscape here. We have this whole mentality to thank for feminism, which has brought about greater equality for women. We're still working on it, but I'm just saying we've come a long way. And have brought a lot of freedom to people like me, people who know my history here, that I can speak freely about my own personal history as trans, and even openly talk about some of my family history that in some circles would have been something you didn't talk about just 15 years ago. So this culture is pretty phenomenal. And with this culture comes a source of pride for a lot of us and value in being able to do things ourselves. And there is a beauty in that. When it comes to spirituality, though, it's not always like that. And whenever I think about pride in ourselves, I think of this. Oh, well, but I think about this. I love this song. All of you know this Frank Sinatra song, I Did It My Way.
Oh, yeah.
To me, this really epitomizes this value in our culture and the beauty of it. I have used this song at graveside memorials and ceremonies, and I love this song. The however, and spirituality isn't always the same. When we think about doing things spiritually, or when we feel creatively inspired, which I think is a very spiritual thing,
We'll compose things, or we'll do a garden, make a garden beautiful, cook an amazing meal, whatever it is that we've done. A lot of times we think, look at what I did. This is, when I play the piano, look at this original piece that I wrote. The question is, did I really write that? Did I really write that? Did I really do that myself? Because when we set about being inspired, when we're creative, when we feel creatively inspired, there is a force moving through each and every one of us, a powerful spiritual force. Our creativity, in all due respect, is never fully our own. And yet it comes through who we uniquely are. And it comes through us in a way that it cannot come through anybody else. The way I play the piano, no one else does it exactly the same. The way Jennifer, in the back, you can't see her, puts together food so thoughtfully and coordinates things, nobody is going to do it precisely the way she does. No one else. The way Reverend Jan speaks, her perspective on things up here is unlike any other minister's. We are uniquely who we are. Uniquely. And yet, we don't do it all ourselves, for we are collaborating with this magnificent spiritual force. So it comes through us uniquely, and yet it is never really fully our own, if you know what I mean. Some of you may know that I went to Banff, Canada, just last weekend for an annual Silmar for Centers for Spiritual Living. I stayed at the Banff Center for Arts and Culture. That's a picture of it that I found, and it was so beautiful there. Just absolutely beautiful. And the talks and the focus were on the hero's journey, Dark Night of the Soul. We talked about not spiritually bypassing things. So a lot of the talks were very grounded and very based on honest human reality. And in one of the exercises that I did, I was sitting and I was thinking about what I wanted to do differently for myself. And one of the biggest things that I said I wanted to do differently was to make more space in my life for creativity. I had forgot about what I was going to be talking about today, and I set that intention. So I get home, and I'm thinking about this. I'm kind of talking about it in my mind to spirit, as I love to do with my guides. And then I look at my watch, and it says 3:33. And I feel this nudge. It's like, wait, there's these triple-digit things, and they're supposed to mean these very spiritual things. I think I'm going to look up what 333 means. So I looked it up, and lo and behold, it talked about creativity. Then, when I went to do this, was preparing to talk today, it hit me. This message that I found online was not just for me. It is for everybody in this room. So I'm going to pull it up on my phone, and I'm going to read to you what it says. I'm getting goosebumps just standing here. My Lord. So it says, 4 reasons why you are seeing 333. The meaning of 333. Not to get hung up on these 333s right now. That was what was Spirit's cute little way of pulling me in to get this, look at it for myself, and share it with you. And I'm not going to read all of it, but I am going to read a few parts of it, and I think it's just profound. So the first part they said, and I won't read all of this, but I'm going to read this. The first meaning was that the Ascended Masters are guiding you to move forward. They're guiding you to move forward. Now note here, you're being guided. You're being guided. You're getting help here. You are protected and surrounded by one or more ascended spiritual masters who once walked the face of the earth. And what they talk about, they said like Krishna, like Buddha, and like Jesus. And they are here to guide you in your life at this particular time. Ascended Masters are high-frequency divine beings that are here for you. With this knowing, you start to remember that this is the reason why you have been guided to this message. You have increased faith that you will receive their help in various ways. This came through first for me to share with you because when I made that decision to be more creative and to make more space in my life, the first important message that I was reminded of is that you do not do this alone. We do this with you. We guide you. We move through you. Spirit's energy is what courses through you and guides you. The next part, which I will read more of. Use your natural abilities and express your creativity. I saw these 3 numbers after making this commitment, sitting in my car, talking in my mind to Spirit and guides about creativity. And that's what I got when I looked at my watch. So here's what it says. This is a divine reminder that God, the universal source, is the great creator. Listen to this. Because you originate from the universal creator, being creative is a part of your spiritual evolution. Your ability to create is a blessed gift. And when you create to enhance life's beauty, it is a spiritual form of your self-expression and a reflection of the divine within you. The divine within you, yet uniquely coming through you, right? The meaning is to express the creative urge within you. And by expressing the creative fire, I love that, the fire within you, you become more divine as you create more in your life. Being creative brings you closer to the universal source. Of course it does, right? I mean, how could it not? Can you hear me okay? And I'm going to check in. Is it hot in here? Are people feeling sleepy from the heat? I noticed that the cool air is not whooshing. Maybe we might need to put that on. And both sides. Yeah, it doesn't matter how good the message is. If it's hot and you feel tired, you're not going to be able to stay awake. I cannot tell you how many times this has happened to me sitting there, not up here, but sitting there. And it has happened to me up here too, but I didn't fall asleep, but I watched other people falling asleep, and I knew. That's one thing I'll let you know, is that when I'm up here, I'm watching you. I can see you when I'm like Santa, I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake. Is it feeling hot? Okay, so let me just take a break here just for a brief second. I apologize. And I'm going to go check just to make sure that that's working.
I feel cold here.
Can you feel colder?
That one.
Sometimes it just takes a second. Okay. I know I'll have to bring up my voice a little. If you can't hear me, tell me.
Can you hear me okay? Or do I? Okay, I'll do my best to project. I know that that's not always my strong suit.
But you're getting better.
I'm getting better. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Okay. So you understand that everything in your existence, such as a light bulb, was an idea or thought that was imagined by one person. That's what they say in here. And that's true. And bear in mind, too, this isn't said here in this, what I'm reading, that the discovery of the light bulb, you know how many tries it took before he got that down? Yeah, it was something like 1,000. She's right. It took a lot of, so she knows. It took a lot of tries before he got there. And each one of those tries, creative energy was moving through him. It was a process. Just bear that in mind. Tuck that little note in the back of your mind, because a lot of us think we need to get things the first time around, and it should be perfect. Spirit is not about perfection. It's about creating, creativity. All of those other light bulbs were a creative process, and I bet they were fascinating. I wish I could see some of those. So bearing this in mind, when you daydream and use your imagination to visualize your desired creation, personal or professional, it doesn't matter where this energy is channeling into what. You are essentially receiving the divine's energetic force and using it to spiritually build your creation. With constant visualizations, that's really emphasized, you are energizing its spiritual form, bringing it into form, and attracting experiences to transform it into its physical form. Attracting experiences. What happened to me once I set that intention? I look at my watch right after I'm speaking to Spirit about making time for creativity, having this conversation. It says 3:33, and I'm like, oh, isn't there this little thing about triple digits? Oh, I think I'll go look it up. I look it up, and what is it telling me? Creativity. Remember, it's Spirit. Remember. And then, to boot, I want you to share this on Sunday. That's how it works. I used to think things had to be so hard, or I had to work so hard to earn things, or I had to have a degree, or I had to have some special ability. No. Spirit is saying, be open. Be open to me. Be receptive. Let go of your old ideas. Open yourself up. Let me come into you and do my business, because that's what you're here to do. That is the most natural thing you can do, because I'm a creator and a creative force, and you are a created piece of my creation. And I'm in you. I'm what keeps you alive. Let's dance. That's what God's saying. Let's dance. And I love this. It says in here, keep in mind, the divine's energetic force can also instantly come to you as a burst of inspiration, like I was mentioning. The word, and I love this, the word inspiration stems from the Latin word inspirare, which basically means to breathe in or inhale. Breathe it in, because every time you breathe, what are you breathing in? What created air? What's in the air everywhere? Spirit. You don't even have to think about it. Your lungs just automatically are breathing in Spirit nonstop all day. It's what keeps your body going so that you can move around in this thing that we have and have this human experience down here. I just think, when I think about that, that to me is just so incredible. It's crazy how simple it is, yet so remarkable. You understand that being inspired is being connected in spirit with the Creator to receive an overflow of epiphanies and ideas for living a creative life. And through the creative process, you are transforming the ideas and thoughts from your imagination into your manifestations. And that could be anything, my friends. Like I said, it could be Kwong. We can't see him. He's hidden in the back. But he is such a great example of how this works. He gets back there, and this energy moves him, and he creates clean, energetic space. He takes energetically, by cleaning and moving things, he takes what feels like chaotic energy in a space and makes it clean and clear. So that when we're done, I kid you not, and we walk into that area and all of that food that Jennifer has creatively placed on the table, that energy, that space has been cleared for us so that when we talk, Spirit can move more cleanly and clearly in and through us. So Spirit creatively works in countless ways every day, through us, as us, just to say. So as the creator of your experience, you radiate an energetic vibration that attracts certain people into your life that can help you create your vision. Jan and I could talk about that forever. We were pulled into each other's lives for a very specific reason. We knew, pretty much right away. Jan could tell you that we were going to work together, and we knew this. She had an intention, I had an intention. I wanted to grow, I wanted to learn, I wanted to speak more and give out more. She wanted to pull someone in to do that collaboratively with her to help spiritually grow her community. Guess what happened? By chance, we met. That's how Spirit works every single time. Oh, getting a call from Ed Graff. I think they're going. So whether you have a soulful desire to write paint, sing, dance, or build something amazing. That's what they say here. Or set a very nourishing table and clear a space. Beautifully, feng shui matters, my friends. Trust me. You are in love with life when you do any activity joyfully and lovingly from the core of your heart. And isn't that the true essence of spirit? Love? It is. Now remember, all creativity that comes from your heart is a part of the divine flow. You have a complete understanding that living your life on earth is your artistic masterpiece for humanity. No, I love the way they say that here. And it is the creative expression of your human life plan. I'm going to read that again. You have a complete understanding that living your life on earth is your artistic masterpiece for humanity. And it is the creative expression of your human life plan. You remember that when you are creating, you are co-creating with God and enhancing life's beauty with your talented gifts. Ultimately, it is a way for you to learn how to think like God and be like God. Think like God and be like God. Because when you step into your authentic self and you allow this energy to flow through you and you allow creativity to do its business through you, you are in your true essence being like God. You are being a creator. It's that simple. And it goes on to say that these numbers, when you see them, are having the courage to express your soul's truth, which means being authentic. Because when you are moving and breathing in this world in a way that is in alignment with who you are, and I have done this, my friends, I have tried to act differently to fit in certain crowds. Not that those crowds' way of being were wrong, they weren't. It just wasn't what I was called to do. When I was doing that, it sucked up all my energy, and I was not able to allow this force to move through me because I was stopped up, because I was trying to do something, be something else. So it's a call to be our authentic selves. However that looks and is, doesn't matter, just be yourself. And when you are yourself, you not only open yourself up to this creative force, but you're opening yourself up to this force because you first open to yourself. Yourself was made by God, so it goes both ways. You open to yourself, you open to the force. You open to the force, well, you cannot help but open to yourself, because it's going to get into you and say, be yourself, in some way, shape, or form. So, we're all agents of creativity. Every one of us. It's in our innate nature to be creative, because we are created by this spiritual force. We can't help but be creative. We can't help but. So the question is this, though. How much are we allowing it? That's the real question. How much are we allowing this? Now, I've often said that we are like stained glass. Each one of us is uniquely our own color that Spirit's light comes through. And when it comes through us, when that energy of creative life force comes through us, it is our own unique color. And we are our own unique shape and pattern. And as a collective community, spiritual community, we create a collective image through our shared and collective consciousness. So when we are a creative force, not only does it move through us individually, but it moves through the people that are spiritually in our lives in community. We are all pulled together to enhance our creativity and encourage ourselves to do it. That's how it works. So we are each like a piece of stained glass with our own unique shape. And as a community, we come together and we are creating something spiritually that is uniquely our own when that force moves through us. And that is, just to me, that is the coolest thing. And I have experienced this in this community. I have. As it says, there is no private good. So when you open to this energetic force and it moves through you, it moves through your community. And your community, you encourage one another and uplift one another. And you create that way as a community. But to do this, we must first be willing to open ourselves to it and surrender to it, to allow this to move through us. And in this culture, we don't always like the word surrender, because that means waving a white flag and being a loser or giving up. But that's not the same. This is about the surrender that they use in Islam, where you open yourself up to the spiritual force and allow it into you. You cannot help but win when that happens. Win for yourself and the world. It's always a win. So, when I compose music, as Jan knows, I invite this force. I say I'm open and let's go. That's pretty much all I do. I just kind of get myself quiet and I say, I'm here to create, I'm here to compose. And I let this force in me. I say, let's do it. Now, it sounds really simple, and in a lot of ways it is. If you're open and if you're willing to allow, it really doesn't take much more than that, because once your intention is set that you want to create, whatever it is you want to manifest, this spiritual force cannot help but accommodate you every single time. You just need to pay attention and allow it to do its magic, really. So, this is where I got the reading that I just read for you, just so you know. I put that up there so you can see it before I forget. This site is called willowsoul.com. It talks about numerology and various things. I would encourage any of you that felt touched or inspired by what I shared and read on my phone to check them out. Just check them out. Okay, so the bottom line is, back to this, the questions that I think are important to look at is, first, are you willing to allow Spirit to move through you creatively? That's the big question. Are you willing to allow it to move through you creatively? The next one is, are you willing to surrender to it, even if it means change? Because ultimately, I'd say one of the biggest things that stops many of us from moving more creatively into our potential with this magnificent force called Spirit is the fear of change or doing things differently. And it will ask you to sometimes. So I put those two questions up there for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to that piano right now. And I'm going to invite this force, and whatever comes out, comes out.
Wow.
So I'm going to demonstrate it. That will be the special music that I'm going to do before we do our next The Light of God Surrounds Us. And I've got that set up here. You don't have to switch it,
Great.
Reverend Jan, so you can just click on that after I'm done. Okay?
Super.
Okay. But while I'm playing, play with those questions. Maybe I'll record this, because if it's something that I might want to see it.
Yeah, you're right.
You never know. Because that's how Spirit is. So, I'm just going to set this here. Hopefully it'll pick up the piano like this.
We might turn it off now, because I think it's cooled off, and we're almost done. This is a loud one anyway. Yeah. Now we have,
We'll read that back one on.
yes.
I was standing up there filming when I was looking at everybody. I can feel energy because someone's like, oh, I say, let's pray. And whatever we do is what you want for everybody in this room to have. Here we go.
you do that regularly?
Not as much as I could, but that's why I made that commitment when I was in staff. And I got 333 on my phone.
That's-
And was told to talk about it here today, and then was guided to do that. It's not just for me. For you, it's for me too to get in.
And it's a risk. You know, you took a risk. And we all get to take risks when we go creative, right?
We do, and I had a poem up here that I'll read real
Oh,
quick.
good.
I
Okay.
didn't let you know that, so I apologize, but we can go just real quick.
No, come
And
on.
it isn't long. I wrote this a very long time ago. I even have it, June 27th, 2010, when I was at a service at Open Spirit Church in Southeast Portland, Oregon. It's called A Rainbow. Stained glass we all are, that the beloved's light shines through. A rainbow of God's glory, eternally discovering itself. The pathway into your heart is a pathway into your brothers or sisters, with different scenery along the way. Why not sit down with yourself for a while and let God reveal itself to itself? So why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll get stationed at the keyboard.
Okay, and I can just...
Yeah.
Thank you again, Drax, for your beautiful service and your beautiful music. All a part of the divine flow. We're all a part of that flow, right? And we get to flow with each other and weave ourselves together. Jennifer's a weaver, and we get to talk about.
That's true. I came by yesterday to pick up the music, and there she was sitting with a student in the room. And they had a picture of a monarch butterfly. It was beautiful, it was a real photograph. And what she had helped the student learn how to do was to take with yarn and weave the image of this monarch butterfly with the blue sky behind it. And then she made a pillow that she would put this woven thing on top of the pillow to be this little pillow with a monarch butterfly in it. She wove. It's really cool. Yeah, it's very neat. She's very talented.
Very open.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I guess
No, well, we learn from each other.
we do.
So let us say our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now, let there be peace on earth. thank you for being a blessing in our lives, Drac, and thank you all for being here and being a blessing. All of you are a blessing. So let's go eat, and then those who are doing banners can stay and work and play together. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So David, I will leave it for you.
I will do it.